Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth and rule well. And I want to say shalom to you Akhman Akwat out there pursuing this truth diligently. Coming at you once again with another lesson. Alright, and this is the part 2 of If You Know, Slakia. If you knew, then you'd know. Alright, this is the part 2. Continuing on from where we left off last night. Alright, so if you haven't seen the first part, I'd recommend going and watching that first. You're not going to understand what's going on. Alright, so in the first part, alright, what we mainly spoke about was, the state of Israel, not understanding, not getting it, alright, not having the knowledge, alright, being foolish, alright, the way our people are, not listening to the instructions that the prophets have spoken of, alright, and on down, alright, through all these scriptures, alright. The signs of the times, that's where we left off, with signs of the times, speaking of wars and rumors of wars and things to come, alright, the things that we're already seeing, alright, but that Jake just refuses to acknowledge, alright, and that's really because they've been spiritually blinded, alright, they don't have the ability to get it, alright, and that's where we left off. Now, in the video, alright, and I guess we'll play it one more time, alright, for this lesson, alright, we'll go ahead and play it.
Yesterday is historic and changes everything. And the White House was even asked about it, and they just kind of blew it off. We're not really worried about it. But they are worried about it, and they are watching it very closely because this changes everything. Watch.
I'm going to tell you what. Some of you people, and I do mean you people, y'all don't got the sense you were born with. Can somebody please explain to me why this woman is sitting there grinning from ear to ear about this situation? Let me help y'all out. The enemy of your enemy is your friend, except when you're black.
Look at him. Look at him. He's over there. Look at his stupid grin, looking like he said something deep. He ain't deep. All right, we already went off on him. All right, and again, just a refresher course. People were speaking of, where was it? If you knew the truth, then you'd understand. Fallen is Babylon. The dollar clap is coming, people. Another one. This one right here specifically. Jettison 1 said, our salvation is linked to the destruction of Babylon the Great. That's why she appears happy, but only a few will understand. And like we said in that, even if she's not a sister, or if that was a video of someone else, she was doing that to someone else, and they just linked it together. They just linked it together. It's digital age; they can do that. Then either way, all right. People in the comments, all right. Some of them are in the truth, all right. Know of the truth, all right. Whether they're in the right spirit or not, as we said the last time, that's regardless, all right. But they know, and what Jettison 1 said is true. All right, our salvation is linked to the destruction of Babylon the Great. Okay, not our destruction, Slakia. Lord willing, not. Okay, our salvation. Okay, Lord willing. Okay, that we're part of the elect. Our salvation is linked to the destruction of Babylon the Great. All right, our salvation is linked to the destruction of Babylon the Great. All right, and that's why when you see these events, all right, people ask questions like this. We're on the brink of World War III, and she's over here happy about it? That makes no sense. All right, and the reason that makes no sense to you, is because, well, you appear, your name is Brandy Havers, and if this photos of you, it appear you're a so-called white person, and talking like this, it appear you're an Edomite, all right, with having a talk like this. All right, we're on the brink of World War III, and she's over here happy about it? Makes no sense. It makes sense if you understand what's going on. It makes sense if you understand the context. All right, but that's why when there's these major world events, all right, wars, all right, rumors of wars, all right, all right, the people that are in this truth, all right, following after Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, okay, the Hebrew Israelites, why we appear excited about it, all right, is because, like the guy said in the comments, all right, our salvation is linked to the destruction of Babylon. All right, that's one of the prophecies, that happens. All right, when Yahushai comes back, all right, he's going to deliver the elect, okay, and destroy Babylon. So all this destruction and things getting worse and worse means that's closer and closer. All right, so that's good news for us, but bad news for you, okay? So we're going to grab Revelation 18:1 through 2. Okay, speaking of Babylon falling. All right, it reads. We'll just start from 1. And after these things, this is Revelation 18:1, all right? And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Okay, there you go. And then in verse 3, we can actually read down. Where were we going? Where was it? I went to 2. Oh, we'll go to 3. We'll go down all the way to. We'll go all the way down to 6. All right. It reads, "For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and all the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her." All right. For all nations drunk of the wine. It's like your printer's going off and it's distracting me. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. All right, what does that mean? All right, all nations have drunk the wine of the wrath of her fornication. All right, so the wine, all right, of Babylon the Great is these doctrines, all right, these philosophies, all right, such as homosexuality, feminism, all right, so on and so forth, other things, all right, women in rulership positions, all right, that's the doctrine, that's the wine, all right, the wine of Babylon, and all nations have drunk of it. That's why you see all these other nations following after Babylon the Great. All these nations have become many little Babylons, all right, acting the same, having the same things, the same laws, allowing mow this, mow that, all right, feminism, this, that, all right, having all the same doctrines, all right, because they've all drank of the wine of the wrath. And that's one of the big thing, the wine of the wrath for fornication, all right, that Babylonian wine, all right, they took the cup and drank it, all right, and that's one of the main goals that, the kings of Babylon the Great do, is these campaigns. All right, and they use the internet as one of those reasons as well. All right, that's what they tried to have the internet used for. All right, but it became the unicorn. It's a major platform for this truth to go out on. All right, to reach all nations. Okay, but originally Esau Edom, all right, the kings of this country, all right, the northern country, all right, Babylon the Great, aka America. All right, they wanted that so they could spread that wine. All right, so all these nations could see what's going on, and well, we want that. All right, we want that. Oh, they legalized Moe marriage. We'll legalize Moe marriage. All right, and that's why you see that. All right, because all nations have drank of that wine. All right, they've all drank from that cup. It says, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. Listen here, and the merchants of the earth have waxed rich the abundance of her delicacies. Delicacies are wickedness. All right, but the merchants of the earth, all right, all nations, all right, not just Babylon the Great, all right, have become very rich off the wickedness, all right, in Babylon the Great. That's why you see these big we could use merchant. There's a better word I want to use though in this context. That's why you get these big companies, so to speak, for lack of a better word. You see these big markets, all right, big monopolies of companies that make consumer products, all right, is how we'll say it. All right, your people that make, your Axe, all right, your Dove, all right, your Suave, all right, your Aveeno, all right, your L'Oreal, all right, all these main products, all right, all these products, and some of them come from, Europe, some of them come from China, some of them come from Japan, some of them, so on and so forth, all right. That's why they all come here, and all right, they establish home bases, all right, or they establish a market here. Because they can wax rich over here, all right, and through wickedness as well, all right. That's the main delicacies of Babylon the Great is wickedness, all right. They can wax rich through wickedness, all right. Such as marijuana markets, all right, because that's witchcraft, all right. But people come and set up those empires here now that they're allowing legal recreational cannabis, all right, as well as before recreational, it was medical, okay, and and not saying that marijuana is inherently evil, all right, if you use it in the right way, all right, it can be used as a powerful medicine, all right. You got to realize cannabis, all right, aka marijuana, weed, reefer, whatever you want to call it, all right, and the other one, opium, are some of the most powerful natural painkillers, all right, but the way that they've been utilized is all off, all right. How do they mainly use opium? All right, they tell you to smoke it, which is off, or they convert it into a product called heroin, all right, and you inject it, and that's off, all right, that's off. And with marijuana, that 99% of the time, how are people using that? They're smoking it. All right, now you can brew it into teas and use edibles, but why do people use that? All right, they use it to get high. All right, as a pain reliever, it can be used. All right, as a pain reliever. All right, if you're using it to get high, that's completely off. If you got high, that's going off. All right, I'm getting fucked up. No, that's going off. All right, but a lot of people that say they're using it for pain aren't really using it for pain. They tell themselves they're using it for pain, but they're not really using it for pain. All right, they're using it to get messed up. Okay, now like I said, I'll say it again, marijuana and opium are some of the most powerful naturally occurring, all right, painkillers. Opium can, the opium plant by itself, all right, you can tell because morphine, all right, comes from opium. All right, another one, and they use morphine, in the military. All right, dying soldiers, they'll inject them with morphine. Okay, they condense it all down, and they made it into a witchcraft device at that point. Okay, because they're not using it naturally. They chemical, turn it into a chemical, add this to it, add that to extract this. No, you can use it just naturally, just getting it in a natural state. Same with cannabis. All right, same with coca. All right, that they produce and derive cocaine from. All right, and in those countries, and Colombia and whatnot, if you have a toothache, you would take a leaf from off the plant and chew it. All right, you wouldn't go and process it and add gasoline and all this other weird, crazy shit to it and turn it into a white powder and sniff it up your nose. You don't do that. Now they do that as well. All right, but naturally, all right, you would take the leaf and you would chew on it. It would numb your mouth. Okay, it would numb your mouth. Okay, these had natural uses at one point. All right, but they come here, and that's another thing. Now that we're talking about that, all right, is that they come here to push their so-called medical companies as well. All right, they're petrol-based medicine, so to speak. I don't even like saying medicines. Petrol-based, what do I want to call them? So-called medicines. I'll call them so-called medicines. They call them medicines. They're pills. All right, they're pills. All right, they push those, but it's just a bunch of witchcraft, right? And they make you worse than the natural stuff. Anyway, let's continue on. It says, and I heard, so let's read that again. 3, and all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich to the abundance of her delicacies. Salakia. And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Verse 4, it says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, for the Most High hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works, in the cup which she hath filled to her double. Okay, so there you go. All right, there's going to be a mass destruction. And Babylon the Great, all right, and Babylon the Great is going to fall. How do we know that? Because it says it in the second verse, Revelation 18:2. All right, as it says, Babylon the Great is fallen. Okay, so the Babylon is going to fall. All right, so that's, like the guy said, all right, in the comment section, all right, the destruction of Babylon is linked to our salvation. Why? Because in order to be saved, all right, Yahushua has to come back. All right, he's going to deliver his elect. Lord willing, we're of the elect. All right, and he's going to destroy Babylon the Great. All right, and the elect is going to be saved in just by the skin of their teeth. All right, by the skin of their teeth. Let me grab a drink. Slack you. So they're going to be saved by the skin of their teeth. But hey, Babylon the Great's got to be destroyed. All right, so if you knew, then you'd know. But as we said yesterday, all right, as we were speaking on yesterday, you don't. Let's get Jeremiah 23:7, all right? All right, we're going down through 8. All right, so just 7 and 8. We'll see if there's any more we want to get. 7 and 8, all right? Well, actually, let me highlight it this time. It sure will. All right. There's A, and when he delivers his elect, all right, he being Yahushua, when Yahushua delivers his elect, okay, it's going to be a great sight, all right, it's going to be a great thing, okay, so much so that the Exodus that happened before in Egypt. All right, not spiritual Egypt, because right now we're in spiritual Egypt, spiritual Sodom. Why? Because the same things that were happening in Egypt and Sodom are happening now. All right, but it's going to be such a great deliverance that deliverance is not going to be spoken of. All right, as it says in Jeremiah 23:7-8, it says, "Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that they will say no more, the Lord liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country, and from all countries whither I have driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land." All right, in that north country. All right, being the country that most of us are currently dwelling in. All right, Babylon the Great, aka America. All right, aka spiritual Sodom, aka spiritual Egypt. Okay, let's see what it says in the Good News Translation. It says, "The time is coming," verse 7, Jeremiah 23:7, "The time is coming, saith the Lord, when people will no longer swear by me as the living power who brought the people of Israel out of the land of Egypt. Instead, they will swear by me as the living power who brought the people of Israel out of the northern land and out of all the other countries where I had scattered them. Then they will live in their own land," because there's also Israelites scattered among other countries as well. Bear with me one moment. Slack you for that. All right. So there you go. All right. But, one of the biggest dwelling places right now of the Israelites is Babylon the Great. But Israel is scattered all abroad. All right. They're scattered abroad. They're all over. All right. Our people are all over. But the large chunk of them is in Babylon the Great. All right. So this all has to come to pass. All right. This all has to come to pass to be able to get out of this place. All right, to receive our salvation, to get our reward, okay, and dwell with Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. This all has to come to pass. So when you see these wars, these rumors of wars, and you hear, this is happening with China, or like we're in the spirit, bring it on. Let's go. Let's get out of this place. All right, because the sooner it happens, all right, the sooner we're out of this place. All right, but worldly people, all right, they have no understanding. They're not going to know. All right, going back to the title of the lesson, if you knew, then you'd know. But a lot of you people don't know. All right, you don't know, so you can't know. All right, let's get Revelation 21:3. It reads 21:3 through 4. All right. All right. Speaking, this is what we're waiting for. Okay, let's see what we got up. Yeah, see, in Revelation 21:1, title of that is "The New Heaven and the New Earth." Okay, and it reads, "Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth, the first heaven and this is the Good News Translation. Slack one moment. All right, it says, "And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea." So that's speaking of Babylon the Great and all the rulerships on this world. All right, it doesn't mean the earth's gonna blow up, but it's gonna be it's gonna be the earth that's now in reign by Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right, and Israel's gonna be in order, no longer Esau Edom. All right, now Israel's gonna be on the top, and Esau is gonna be on the bottom. Okay, if we skip down to 3, all right. It says, this is what we're waiting for, by the way. "And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and the Most High shall be with them, and be their power." Verse 4, "And the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away." So those things are gone. All right, those are all gone. All right, so that's what we're waiting for. All right, and what do we need to happen before this happens? We need Babylon the Great downfall to happen. All right, Babylon the Great has to be destroyed. Okay, and then that's when we get this. Okay, then that's when we get this. So that's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for World War III. All right. We're waiting for things to get worse. We're waiting for the M to the O to the TB to get implemented. All right? We're waiting for it to be mandatory. All right? And if not, they line you up on guillotines and chop your heads off. We're waiting for those things. Wow, you're crazy to wait for those things. Well, we're waiting for those things because those things have to come to pass for our reward to happen. Okay? You don't understand that, though. But if you knew, then you'd know. All right? Let's get Ezekiel. All right? 37 and 27. So we're painting a picture here, all right? And if you have the eyes to see and the ears to hear, you'll be able to get it. But if you don't, you won't be able to get it, all right? If you knew, then you'd know. This is Ezekiel 37 and 27. It reads, "My tabernacle also shall be with them. Yea, I will be their power, and they shall be my people. And the heathen shall know that I, the Lord, do sanctify Israel, when my sanctuary shall be in the midst of them forevermore." All right, this is showing you again, that the Most High is only dealing with Israel. All right, why? Because the heathen shall know that I, the Lord, do sanctify Israel. So not them, Israel. The Lord sanctifies Israel, not the heathen. All right, that's what. Or what do you have to say about verse 28? All right, you wacky tacky Christians, what do you have to say, huh? You'll probably come up with something. All right, you'll probably come up with something. All right, but there you go. And I really should have got yeah, we can get a Ezekiel 20. We'll just get 26. All right. Moreover, I will make a covenant of peace with them. It shall be an everlasting covenant with them, and I will place them and multiply them, and will set my sanctuary in the midst of them forevermore. Okay. So again, speaking of that covenant, but that covenant, and more covenants, that covenant is to come. But you don't think there's. You Christians don't get it, man. You don't you think that the law has been done away with, all right? Even though there will be a new covenant. All right. So, the Lord did away with the law. All right. No. Okay. Let me get it right. So you're saying the Lord gave Israel a law, then He took it away, then He's going to give them another one. All right. What's the point of that? Okay. The law was never done away with. All right. You're just right now we're under grace. It was never done away with. We're under grace because the Lord knows that we can't keep it to the best of our ability, especially when the heathen's in rule. All right, how are we, for example, Moses would have to be put to death. How are we going to do that? All right, you'd be put to prison. All right, you'd be put to prison. All right, not all things that are lawful are expedient. All right, roughly paraphrasing. Okay, so how can we keep that? All right, what about mixed fabrics? Okay, almost every clothing has mixed fabrics. We're not supposed to be doing that. Okay, explain Revelation 11 and 15. Let's get it. So there's a lot of things that you people don't understand, man. Okay, and all of your spokespeople, all right, your TED Talks, all right, your Christian church, they're speaking on things they're trying to speak on things that they really don't understand, man. All right, and they can deceive the simple, all right, and these worldly people, all right. But when you have the mind, all right, when you have the eyes to see and the ears to hear, these people, they're a bunch of dumbasses, all right. A bunch of dumbasses. It's like the example, I don't know if I used it last night or the previous night. All right, if you can, talk all this stuff about rocket science, all right, but if you don't know what you're talking about and you go up to a NASA engineer, that works on rockets and starts, spouting that bullshit, he's going to think you're a dumbass, all right? He's going to think you're a dumbass, all right? So, of course, if someone's, less intelligent, Saki, one moment. If someone's less intelligent, they're going to think, you're mighty smart, okay? And that's why you have these churches where you have the pastor go up there, says all these things, like, wow, he knows so much. He doesn't know anything, all right? He doesn't know anything. You think he does, but that's because you don't know anything. All right. And as the scriptures say, if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into a ditch. All right. And that's precisely what's going to happen to a lot of you people, man. All right. And I do mean you people. There. How about that? How about that one, angry man? All right. How about that one? All right. Revelation 11 and 15. And the seventh angel sounded, and there were great voices in heaven saying, the kingdoms of this world are become the kingdoms of our Lord and of his anointed, and he shall reign forever and ever. This is what we're waiting for. Once again, this is what we're waiting for. Got it? All right? This is what we're waiting for. Okay? We're waiting for the kingdoms of this world to become the kingdoms of our Lord. All right? Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right? And he's going to rule forever and ever. That's what we're waiting for. All right, when Esau is taken out of power and Yahushua is put into power. That's what we're waiting for. All right, that's what we're waiting for. But, of course, you people aren't going to wait for it. All right, you aren't going to wait for it. You don't want that to happen, all right, because that doesn't benefit you at all. Actually, that's non-beneficial for you, okay, because you wouldn't be in power anymore, all right? You want to stay in power, all right? You want to continue your generations forever and ever, all right? The Bible says it all about you people. All right, and I do mean you people. All right, Esau, Edom. Let's get Jeremiah 30 and 16. So that can be thrown back at you. All right, I do mean you people. All right, that can be thrown back at you, man. You don't understand what's going on. You're probably one of those jakes that listens to everything that E has to say, man. And that's, man, because a lot of you jakes, as we say, all right, a lot of you jakes got Stockholm syndrome, man. All right, you listen to everything the oppressor has to tell you. All right, look where that's gotten you. All right, for the past what? Just look for the past 40 years what that's gotten you, man. Let alone the years before that. Fucking shame, man. Jeremiah 30 and 16. What are we reading down to? Let me see. 16 through 17. We'll just get from, we'll just do 16 and 17. Jeremiah 30 and 16. All right, it reads, therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured. All right, let's start that over. 16. Therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity. And they that spoiled thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. Okay, so what does that mean? All right, that means part of our reward is that the heathens are going to be in captivity, all right, under us. We're going to have them for, servants. All right, they're going to be our servants. Okay, you don't like that? Well, hey, can't help you. Can't help you, but who leads into captivity shall go into captivity. I believe we're getting that as well. Okay, that's how it's going to go, all right? Well, that's not right, but you did it to us, but was it right then? So you could do it, but we can't do it. That's hypocritical. Verse 17. Here's another thing that's going to be wonderful. For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith the Lord, because they called thee an outcast, saying, this is Zion, whom no man seek after. All right, and that's another thing. All right, we're going to be healed. Okay, we're going to have our health restored. All right, because right now we're in a terrible state. All right, when you have our people have a bunch of health issues. All right, that other nations don't get. All right, obesity, diabetes. All right, which other nations get that as well? All right, stuff like sickle cell. All right, but obesity and diabetes is extremely high amongst the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American populations. All right, a lot of our people are very very obese. All right, and that's just the more polite way of just saying very fat. All right, that's the medical term, obesity. All right, morbid obesity. All right, some of our people. All right, let's get Isaiah 14 and 1. So there's not going to be, no fat people in the kingdom. All right, that's a health condition. not going to be walking around, huffing and puffing, barely able to walk. All right, that doesn't make any sense. All right, this is Isaiah 14:1, and where are we going down to? We might read more than what I had in here. What does it say? 3? Yeah, I'll probably read just through 3 to get it. Isaiah 14:1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel. That shows you again who the Lord's dealing with. And set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them. And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. All right. And they shall take them captives who captives they were. Boom. We just spoke of that. And they shall rule over their oppressors. All right. So who is oppressing us right now? Esau, Edom, and all the other nations. So who are we going to rule over? Esau, Edom, and all of the other nations. All right. And verse 3, and it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve. Okay, there we go. Because what do we do on this side? All right, we were forced, into, captivity. All right, well, we were put into captivity by the Lord, but we were under Esau, Edom, and they were unjust with it. Okay, they went overboard. Okay, and they said, "Oh, we abolish slavery," but no, they just rebranded it. They didn't abolish slavery; they rebranded slavery. All right, they rebranded slavery. All right, a lot of you still got to go to your job and. That's slavery, man. That's slavery. Some of the slaves were paid wages. All right, they were given 30-minute breaks. Some of them, it's all the same. It's all the same, man. All right, we're gonna get Romans 11 and 13, and then we're gonna close out. All right, this is a little shorter than I thought it was gonna be. All right, but as long as we got to the scriptures, that's what we needed to do. All right, this is Romans 13 and 11. I don't know. I must have typed in 33. Slacky. I don't know why I did that. Romans. I messed it all up. Slacky. Romans 13 and 11. I don't even remember what I typed. Romans 13 and 11. All right. And then we're going to close out. This is Romans 13 and 11. And it reads, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. Okay, so hey, you got this guy over here, angry man, all right, saying all these things, and he doesn't even understand what's going on. All right, he doesn't even understand what's going on. But now's not the time to be asleep, all right? Because that dude's asleep. He doesn't know. Can someone tell me why this woman's celebrating and sitting over here dancing, grinning from ear to ear? Well, you don't know, man. Hey, with all the stuff like we said in yesterday's lesson, with all the stuff that's been going out, all right, the whole incident, all right, that happened, the occurrence that happened with Kyrie and Kanye, all those events, all the talk about the Hebrew Israelites, and you still don't know nothing. All right, now's not the time to be asleep, man. Now's not the time to be asleep. Now's the time to be awaking out of it. All right, but you can't do that on your own accord. The only way that's going to happen is if Yahweh Shem Yahushai pulls you out of that sleep. If he pulls you out of that slumber, if he wakes you up and gives you the eyes to see and the ears to hear. If he doesn't, hey, you're going to continue on in sleep. All right, but right now is not the time to be asleep. All right, not that you can change if you're asleep or awake or not, but it's not the time to be asleep, man. It's not. All right, Romans 13:11 once again, and that knowing the time, what time are we in? Look around, man. Know the signs of the time. Okay, and that knowing the time, and we're deadly close to this thing, man. All right, and if we're of the elect, it won't be deadly to us. But for you worldly people, all right, for you heathens, all right, and you 2/3, and it's gonna be terrible for you. All right, and Lord willing, we're of the elect. It's gonna be great for us because when the destruction starts, we're gonna be pulled up into the chariots. All right. Meanwhile, you're down there screaming around and wandering around like a chicken with its head cut off. All right, probably running around with your ass on fire. All right. Romans 13:11, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to wake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. All right, if we're close. All right, we're extremely close to the end of this thing, man. All right, it's only a matter of time before the M to the O to the T to the B gets implemented and gets made mandatory. All right, and then World War III pops off. All right, and then Yahushua comes back, delivers his elect, and then, hey, Babylon the Great gets destroyed. All right, it gets thrown down. All right, and Babylon the Great will be fallen. All right, it's only a matter of time. All right, and that matter of time is very, very short. All right, we're right at the end of this thing, man. All right, it's not the time to be messing around. All right, sitting on videos, smoking cigars, thinking you know something, thinking you're deep when you don't. All right, now's the time to study, man. And maybe he'll see this video. I highly doubt it. All right, but maybe he'll see it. All right, and maybe, just maybe, all right, he'll seek out, further information on this. All right, all you got to do, if somebody randomly comes across this. All right, it's not randomly. All right, the Lord would want them to come across. If the Lord sent you to come across this, and you came across this, and you want more information, just type in GMS. All right, Great Millstone is what that stands for. GMS. Type in New Moon. GMS. Revelation. GMS. Babylon. All right. Type in. Go and look at the Apostles page. Go over to GMS. Infodoc channel 12. All right, which is Apostle Ramallah. Go over to GMS Declaring the End. All right, which is Elder Apostle Tahar. All right, Daily Edification 4. All right, which is Apostle Gabar, Elder Apostle Gabar. Go on over there and learn. All right, sit and learn. All right, put the cigar down. All right, because really you're not supposed to be smoking either. All right, but that's a whole different lesson. Okay. So now's not the time to be asleep, man. But you people, and I do mean you people, as as he says. I clicked the wrong thing. It's like you. And I do mean you people, as he said in his video. It's not the time to be asleep, man. All right. And so if you knew, then you'd know, but you don't know. Why? Because you don't know anything. All right. As we did in the first part. All right. Speaking about lack of knowledge. All right, and our people being foolish. All right, in Jeremiah 25:4. All right, but you have not hearkened. All right, it's sent the prophets. All right, but you don't listen. All right, you don't listen. Okay, so hey, with that, we're gonna go ahead and close out. All right, that's all we have to say on that one. All right, so this is, God damn it. This has been If You Knew, Then You'd Know. All right, it's a little bit shorter than the first one, but hey, Lord willing, it was still edifying. All right, so hey, with that, we're going to close out. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakak Wadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth and rule well. Shalom to you, brothers and sisters. Keep enduring, keep the faith, keep enduring to the end. Hey, we're almost out of here. All right, hey, now's not the time to be asleep. All right, hey. Now's not the time, man. All right, you look around. All right, look around. If you have the spiritual eyes, you'll see what times we're in. All right, so hey, until next one, Lord willing, shalom.